And yes, you are?
Yes,
Yes.
he is.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Greetings and welcome once again to the World of Thaylos.
Hi.
Here tonight, hopefully we will have all players. We're still waiting for Mira to get on, but she said that she would be here tonight. So we are going to go ahead and wait like one pig waits for another. In our last episode, we spent some time with Marion the sorceress, asking her questions and receiving gifts from her mysterious container that she keeps under her tea table. When Marcus heard some strange banging and pounding and grinding, and they went to discover that someone had breached the wall of the tower and gremlins were pouring in. After an intense fight where Marion wiped out a bunch of the gremlins with a fireball, an enormous claw started entering the tower, and Marion signaled for retreat.
Troll in the dungeon.
So the action returns to Marion's tower.
Oh boy. Alright.
Oops.
Let's see what stupidity we can get ourselves into this time.
Now, Feluco, I don't suggest you adhere to any stupidity at this point. Okay, you have gremlins that are running away, elementals that are moving in, and an enormous claw that was successful at crushing a gremlin with one stroke.
Right. I'm gonna lob a fireball at it.
You don't have a fireball, you silly.
I've got produce flame and I can throw them.
Those are just like little fire puffs.
I believe we are trying to run away. It is the
Mira, we
uppermost
need you.
ravenous
Oh, did
Yes,
Mira just
option.
jump on?
of fleeing.
Not Mira.
Wait. Oh, no.
Marion,
That's
what I
what level
said,
spell
Marion.
is that?
Yes.
Marion, we
she's
need
still
you.
there.
Level 1.
She's keeping her distance from the claw. She doesn't want to get crushed, but she's still right up on the front line.
Let's see. Well, Wolf won't do anything. Can't summon an octopus.
You can't summon an octopus?
It's not an aquatic environment, so I
No,
can't
you're not in an aquatic environment.
I mean, you could summon it inside the water elemental.
I can! I'm gonna sacrifice a produce flame and summon an octopus inside the great water elemental.
Terrible idea.
It's not close enough yet. It's moving in, but it's not close enough yet.
Dang it. Then I'll wait till it's close enough. Man, if I had a level 2 spot, I'd summon a shark instead, but I don't have any of those left, I don't think.
You're insane, Feluco. You should be running. What are you doing?
XP, bro.
You're kidding me, right?
No.
No, sadly.
There is none to be gained if you die.
Yes.
So, okay, Feluco, tell me, what are you actually doing in game? Marion is shouting at everybody to back up and run.
I am staring menacingly at the giant claw thingy, watching as the wolves and the swarm of spiders consume it, and waiting for an opportune moment to do something that's going to help the situation, I guess, in which is waiting for that great water elemental to show up so I can summon an octopus.
Before your eyes, the two wolves that you summoned attack the claw and are obliterated.
Like how obliterated? Like just
like crushed
poof?
Against the rubble into a messy pulp.
Oh. There's one wolf down. He was brave. Oh, there's the other one. Long may your spirit rest.
I recommend we go this way direction.
Let's see.
And
Marcus, you
after a
grab
few
one
moments,
side, I'll
the
grab the other.
wolves.
Carry this guy.
You're gonna try and drag Feluco out of here?
I think it's probably our best bet. Otherwise, start jumping on that thing and try and bite it as well.
Okay, Loose Fang, what are you going to do?
Grapple.
Okay. All right. First, go ahead and give me a strength check. Feluco, give me a reflex saving throw.
Do I do a strength or a grapple?
Oh no, yeah, that's right. Just the straight grapple check. Oh, Feluco, my gosh. Yeah.
So close.
Feluco, it seems to be uncannily dedicated, or you could say obsessed with this occurrence.
Don't make my stick.
What are you going to do, Feluco? You've got someone threatening you from behind.
I just kind of ignore him and like, shoo. And do I see the Great Water Elemental yet?
You can see it just coming in from around the corner.
Cool. I'm gonna summon an octopus inside it.
I look around at the rest of the group. Any help, fellas, or are we just writing Feluco off?
I'm going to yell at everyone and tell them that I'm taking Mira and we are leaving.
What kind of... Oh. For a second, all I heard was the like very first few of the notes of that song, and I thought you were playing like some dubstep music or something.
No, I do not play dubstep.
Does anybody remember what you're supposed to do at this point with that music?
By the way, I did summon an octopus inside that water elemental.
Okay. What's the range on summon Nature's Ally?
Range is 25 feet plus 5 feet every 2 levels, so that would be 35 feet.
Yeah, it's still out of range.
Ah, dang it.
Okay, at this point, Renji calls over the wall, and he points to the stairways. And he says, the elementals have left the stairways. We can go up or down.
Why the crap would you want to go up?
I have nice climbing gloves now.
You sure do. So Mira runs over and realizes that Feluco is in the way. And so she holds up her paws and says, Renji, can you get me over the wall?
Can I? I'm right next to her. Can I do a strength check to help?
Yeah, I'll help.
Absolutely. Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check, guys.
All right, Sheik is doing a strength check to help toss her over the wall.
3.
Okay, Sheik, are you going to help out?
Yeah.
Nice one, Renji. Nice one. Yeah, Renji, he with a check like that, he can do it all on his own.
Hey, Marion, should we go up the tower or should we go further down?
She's got her focus on this claw, but she says, go down if you can. If you go up, there's no way out.
Let's see.
I'm going to
Grab Brother Thomas.
I'm going to climb over that wall.
Hold up.
Want me to do it,
Come on. Let's
Brother
see.
Thomas and Samuel are still back in the main chamber.
Brother Thomas, Samuel, we have to move now.
What in tarnation is going on? What is all that banging and rumbling?
There's a gigantic claw, and Marion told us to flee.
Well, just get him and let's get the heck out.
Back to the stairs, back to the stairs.
Okay, I guess.
So, Sheik, are you going to try and climb over?
Yeah.
Okay. Renji, you want to come back and see if you can help him?
I can probably do it myself.
Okay. Sheik, yeah, that's right. You got your climb gloves. You don't even, to get over that wall, you don't even need to do a climb check. Just hop over.
Are those spiders even doing anything?
Alright.
They're just swarming around the claw. They can't penetrate its bony structure.
Well, they are probably keeping it distracted, which is a good thing.
And well, the elementals are on their way to go try and work on it as well.
Octopus.
Okay, now you want to summon your octopus, you can do so.
Blah, 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 blah. Octopus appear.
Wow. Those are the weirdest magic words I've ever heard.
Abracadabra, alakazam!
Let her rip.
Okay, I can't use entangle because that requires plants.
Yeah, no plant growth in here.
Dang it. The octopus inside the water elemental can do a grapple.
Yes, it can.
But it's too far away from the claw.
Not
Not
for
for
long.
long.
Stays with the water elemental.
I don't think
Justin
ink
turns
claw.
to you, Feluco. He's running by and he said, "Are you crazy, you stupid canine? Get out of there!"
1 second. Let's see. Skill.
Yeah.
All right,
Brother
I need
Thomas, Samuel,
everyone.
let's go.
Hold up.
Ever give me a list?
I'm still thinking in 5e.
Everyone give a listen, or who give a listen?
Everyone.
What's the 3.5 equivalent of a perception check?
Spot.
Okay.
What are you trying to spot?
So what I was trying to spot was to see if I was actually doing anything, like if my efforts were actually in any way like helpful-ish.
Oh, I accidentally hit that button twice, which is okay because the first one's better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Loose Fang, very nice. Chic, fantastic. You're stealing Marcus's ears again.
Gosh dang it.
All
I
right.
will never give them back.
Actually, loud enough. Anybody with a 13 or better can hear it. From this direction, you can hear another rumbling and grinding of stone.
Which direction?
Over here.
Over where?
Can you see my ping?
Nope.
Oh, I'm on the wrong.
Nope.
There.
Oh.
Oh, it's right at the stairs. Lovely.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
So you guys don't know yet, but yeah, it's right at the staircase. That's all you can hear.
Brother Thomas, Samuel, we might go the other direction.
Oh, you need to. You're heading down this way.
Might
Now,
be
you
a bit
couldn't tell
safer
them
going
twice.
that way.
Well, I'm guessing that stairway is kind of centralized. I'm gonna say I hear something at the stairs since we do. So
Renji, apparently unable to chat right now, but he rushes over and yells back that the entire downward stairway is collapsed.
there's no good way down right now, is there?
All right. So I'm going to make some token rolls here. Feluco, do you want to have your octopus attack this claw?
That's kind of the point.
Okay, so I want you to give me a 2-hit roll.
Shoot.
Or are
Let's
you going to
see.
try and grapple?
Well, it's an automatic grapple on a hit.
Right.
That is +5 to melee and a bite of 1d3. Okay. So that's a 1. It did 1 and it's a grapple.
No, what you need to do is you need to hit first.
Oh. That is a 20 plus a 5.
Yep, that's right.
That
So,
no.
okay, yes, that is definitely not a hit. Okay, so I'm going to roll 2 hit rolls for the various elementals.
What?
That is not a hit. 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 That one is not. And then for the greater elemental, that one is also not a hit. Okay, now I'm going to roll for the claw.
Oh,
That
wow.
one is a hit.
Oh, my. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's roll for damage.
Shoot. How big is the gaping hole that the claw is sticking out from?
Yeah, it's about 15 feet around.
How far down the sheer
Well,
wall is it?
you're up on the second level, so it's a 2-story drop if you were able to jump out of that hole.
Yeah, how many feet is that?
Damage, 37 points of damage, and a water element, a small fire elemental is crushed. into oblivion.
How many feet is that?
How many feet for 2 stories?
Yeah.
That's about it's about 25 feet
That's it?
for 2 stories.
I was thinking, okay. So how many squares wide is that hole it made?
It's a good 2 squares wide. Enough for the big claw to fit through.
Can I fit through it?
You can if you can get the claw out of the way.
If Gothas never ever needed to appear, it'd be now.
Miriam.
Save us, Mr.
I
Dragon.
kind of shout towards Miriam. I'm like, Miriam, can you blow a hole through that wall?
What are you talking about? I've got nothing to tunnel through solid stone.
Everyone, just
Oh.
come over here and make the flipping stairs.
What a fantastic sorcerer you are.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Mira, not Marion. Sorry.
Miriam.
Okay, Marion.
Marion.
Yes.
Actually, don't we have somebody with the shape earth spell? The stairs are blocked.
I did, but I used my level 2 spells.
So Marion responds, "Do you want me to bring down this whole tower? It's compromising the walls. If I blow another hole through it, it might collapse the north section."
Your tower looks like it's gonna collapse anyway.
I would rather get out of the tower before it collapses. If you don't know what I mean, if you don't mind.
I'm going to yell at everyone again. Get to stairs now.
What's the footage on 3rd story?
3rd story is about 40 feet.
Okay, that's not as bad. I've jumped 25 feet in real life. That's
Also,
Okay.
I believe that some of us have rope in our inventories if we really need to do something to
Yes,
get
you
down.
do.
By the way, falling 25 feet is not pleasant, but you can survive it.
Yes, you can.
I go up the stairs.
So, all right. As you come to the stairwell, you see the
Oh
following.
no.
Oh, fudge.
Run!
Okay. This is what caused the other breach, and it caused the collapse of the lower stairway.
Miriam, do you want to
Samuel!
make that hole now?
Move!
So Samuel actually he takes off and runs up the stairs.
All right. Follow
Brother
Samuel.
Thomas is hot on his heels.
I'm going to pick up a couple rocks and throw them over this way.
You're gonna chuck him at the...
All right, give me a bluff check.
I'm trying to distract it enough so we can all make it up the stairs.
All right, so give me a bluff check.
It better be one good bluff check, man.
I'm sorry, what was that, Loose Fang?
Do I need to check and get around that's
It's not. The claw is not far enough into the tower to reach around the wall, so you can avoid it.
But we are all running up the stairs, and I'm trying to distract it the other direction.
All right, so hold on for a sec.
Not that, but do I have...
All right, you have picked up a handful of stones and thrown them down here. The claw is simply clawing at the walls and kind of banging back and forth. You can feel the rumbling of the tower, but the walls have not collapsed just yet.
Okay.
So
Marion,
you're going-
what is that?
I don't know. I've never seen it before. Up, up, up.
To the 3rd floor. We're all kind of stuck until you change the map.
I'm working on it. So just a second. I'm trying to get everybody situated here. All right.
Oh! Yeah!
Huh?
I figured something out cool. So, if I use jump, I know I can get down. But I was trying to figure out how I can get everybody else down.
All right. You have emerged on the 3rd floor of the tower.
It's dark
It
up here.
It is a smaller area.
Is it the roof?
And Marion signals you to continue up the stairs. This is my lab. You're not going to find anything you need here. Up, up, up.
Oh, we're going on the 4th floor? Damn.
Okay, up again.
Great.
So you're going to continue up these stairs?
Can I try to swipe something from the lab?
Unless
You
we
can
want
try.
to get some major explosives to throw down on that thing from above, I don't think the lab would be too useful.
What's the
so-
roll I need to make for try to swipe something as we're running up through the lab?
You would have to actually stop running
Oh, dang.
and go check the lab out.
Okay.
I think
never
we're on
mind.
a spiral staircase that goes up several floors.
Yes.
I'm going to keep running up, personally.
All right. So just a second. All right. You have emerged onto the 4th floor. Marion takes a sad look over at her bed and the chest at the foot of the bed, and she shakes her head.
I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah,
it's
we're
all
not
black.
seeing anything.
Oh, it's all black?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Just a second. So did you guys see the 3rd floor?
No.
No.
Oh,
Uh-uh.
you didn't?
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
We had
Hold
no
on
idea
for a
if there was
sec.
anything that we wanted to try and swipe.
Oh, so, yeah, okay, let me, you know what? All right, let me try this again. Just a moment. I see where I went wrong. All right. How about that? Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, Marion, yeah, this is her lab, and she motions you to continue up the stairs. Over here.
Personally, I will gladly do so.
Okay, so
Do you
move
have
to
any
the-
explosives, Marion?
Anything we can throw over the top of the tower onto the thing?
All right, so hold on, guys. So, Loose Fang, you go up as well.
Yep.
Okay, so who's staying down?
Hopefully no one.
I'm staying near Samuel and Brother Thomas.
Well, they're headed up the stairs.
I'm thinking
Alright,
that if she
let's
has
go.
something that she thinks would be useful, she would know it. So I think we'll just ask her, like, do you have anything useful? That we should
So
take from the lab.
as you come up the stairs, Marion actually makes a very slight detour up to her desk, and she grabs the book off of the desk, and then runs off back up the stairs. Up, up, up.
All right, to the top. This feels
Okay.
like the level of Final Fantasy VII where you just run up the stairs. I always take the stairs instead of the elevator.
So the rest of you, I need everyone to make more listen checks, please. Hang on, don't do that. Excuse me. Make a listen check first, Feluca. Okay.
Marcus,
All
I
right.
gave you yours back for this one.
Yeah, I can read that message, Renji. Yes. No, you cannot grab it fast, Renji. Okay, can you make a listen check? Renji, where are you going?
Whoa, search squeaks. Renji. What?
Said, hang on, guys. Patience, patience, patience. All right, Sir Squeaks, with a massive listen, and Marcus, the two of you plus Loosefang. So Loosefang, Marcus, and Sir Squeaks, you can hear rumbling from 2 floors below, and all of you can feel the tower shaking underneath you.
I don't like this.
Okay.
This sounds very nasty, very angry. What does it want?
Marion, as you're on the stairs, she yells back to you, "I wish I knew. I've never seen something like this before."
So I'm assuming
So
that
you-
this right here is kind of like a broken part of the tower where we could jump off
There
or something.
is, yes, as you emerge to the top of the tower, it is much narrower floors. There is a large chunk of the top of the tower that is already missing and fallen to the ground. If you were to step out there, you would probably fall to your death.
Okay. Over the edge of the tower, how high are the trees? How far is the fall?
Okay, from here to the ground, because the tower is up on that cliff area, from here to the ground is easily more than 100 feet.
Okay. How tall are the
Also, I
trees?
feel like we should avoid the north and west sides.
All right,
How tall are the trees?
so just a minute, guys.
Let's not bombard them.
So let me get to. All right.
Well, yeah, Renji, I can jump off no problem as well. I'm just trying to save the rest of the party here as well.
Okay, I'm getting something done. Just a second, guys.
Yeah, you've got the immovable rod.
You do have the immovable rod.
Oh yeah, and
boy.
and Sheik or whoever it was, I think it was Marcus or Sheik, one of the two, also has the spider climb
Sheik.
gloves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
That's a
the
spider
glove.
control.
So Renji can get down, she can get down. If I use my jump spell, I can get down. But I'm trying to see how I can save the rest of the party.
All
I'm
right,
thinking. So what I'm
I
thinking.
need, let's see. Samuel at this point points off to the northeast and lets out a wail of fear as an ominous shadow passes over you.
Oi!
Oh my gosh!
Oh. Yep.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine.
All right.
I love that mod.
I sort of ducked down.
Did I
All
just
right,
see what I think I saw?
What do you think you saw?
Well, I'm shouting that out to the rest of the party.
Yes, it rhymes with wagon.
Marion
Oh my.
actually, she stands up straight and she looks after the creature that flew over. And she stands there in kind of a stupor, watching after it as it flies off into the distance. And then she calls out and she says, "Come back, come back." And at that point, the entire structure of the tower shakes and rumbles. Feluco and Mira and Marion, I need you guys to make reflex saving throws.
This is why I'm not standing near that crumbly part.
Can I as well in an attempt to reach out and grab something?
You're not actually at this point. You're not close enough to grab. Marcus is. He's close enough. Samuel is also close enough. But nobody else is. So Feluco, reflex. Okay, let's see. Let's get a reflex for Mira.
I hate you so much.
What, you hate me?
Yep.
I'm not the one standing
No,
next to the
nice.
precipice.
Oh dear.
Oh, Mira. Oh no.
Mira!
Okay. Marion is also going to make a reflex saving throw.
Fall, damn it.
Oh, nat
Okay.
20. Okay. Marion is able to catch herself before she tumbles over the edge, but Mira and Feluco, make one more reflex saving throw to see if you can catch yourself from falling over.
And it looked like Marcus good at trying to reach out and grab.
Yeah, Marcus, you were actually able to grab Marion.
Marion? Oh.
Yes, she's the one that's closest to you. Feluco, you are able to catch yourself. You are hanging on to the edge. I am going to do a reflex saving throw for Mira.
Uh-oh. Oh, whew.
Okay. Thankfully, the two of you were able to catch yourself on the edge. Now
will you answer my question? How tall are the trees?
the trees. There are no trees that are more than 20 feet tall.
No more than
So
20
if you were
feet.
to jump to a tree, that would be an 80-foot drop.
It would be an 80-foot drop into trees. Okay.
Correct.
I kind of crawl on my
Like
stomach
that
to try to
called
reach
death
for
on a biscuit.
Mira.
Can we reach the trees by jumping off of this V-shaped ledge?
You would hit rubble and then you would be flung out into nothingness, but maybe, yes. It would be very difficult to aim, though.
So if we were, like, let's say on the edge over here, we could reach the trees, though, right?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. Can I try to get up off of hanging to my certain death?
All right, well, Justin is trying to grab you. All right, Marion is trying to grab Mira. Loose Fang, it looks like you're trying to help her out as well. Give me a... Okay. Loose Fang, you grab Mira's paws and you pull with all your might, but she does not budge, and Marion gets on her stomach alongside you and also tries to pull. Unfortunately, Marion is not very high in the strength department.
Did my 16 help with anything?
All right, I'm looking. Yes, Marcus. Where are you?
He's underneath this thing.
Marcus and
crawled
Loose
right
Fang are
there.
together.
Yeah, I crawled right where Loose Fang is at, too.
I got you. Okay, so Renji pulls. He reaches into the whole group of you desperately trying to hold on to Mira, and he lifts the entire group together with Mira to safety. Mira lays down on the cobblestones, panting for breath. Meanwhile, Justin is going to make a strength check to try and pull Feluco to safety.
Okay.
I'll help with that.
Okay. So, Loose Fang, give me an assist.
I'm gonna assist as well.
Okay. Oh, very nice, Loose Fang. Very nice.
Oh,
Okay. Loose Fang that's enough. Okay. Feluco, you are haunted by memories of a 100-foot fall that you took just earlier today.
Okay.
All right, Marion signals to everybody, get away from the edge.
I'm gonna yell at everyone to head over this way. To the carpet.
Okay.
Rude, man, but that's
I wish it was
Flying
back.
carpet.
So
It'd be a cool flying carpet
So
ride.
a little bit of roleplay here, I guess. So after almost hanging to my death and recovering from the whole thing, I turned to the party. I'm like, guys, I can get us down, but we have to jump.
Oh my gosh.
sorry,
Are
that's
you
not happening.
sentencing us? Are you
No.
sentencing us?
Okay,
sentencing
so
us to death?
I'm a
I'm
druid.
going to point at you and say,
What I can do is I
We
can
have
make
less
the
use
trees
of-
grab us as we fall down with an entangle spell.
What? Hey! Mira, the dragon!
It flies over once again, but doesn't seem to pay you any mind.
Wait, do I have a...
Over here!
Shoot. I don't have a...
Their normal dragon behavior.
Wait! I've got Draconic!
Okay.
It's a big fluff.
Marion grabs Mira by the scruff of her robes and drags her over onto this carpet. All right, you are now standing on a curious-looking carpet that looks fairly elaborate, very similar to many of the other carpets that she has in her tower, except for the fact that there is a curious metal rod sticking up from one end of this carpet.
Brother Thomas, Samuel, come here.
everyone on the rug. everyone on the rug.
You know, maybe Sir Squeaks could kind of help.
Sir
with
Squeaks can
trying
fly.
to
He's
get-
the only one not in danger.
Samuel, get over here.
Samuel seems to be very preoccupied, and he's looking after the dragon. And he's
That's
actually
what I was-
holding out a hand to the dragon. He seems oblivious to your cries.
Samuel, what is it?
This is 4. We'll have set it. We'll get on.
I'm sorry, you broke up there, Mark. Loose Fang.
If you think that this is the dragon you saw from 4, we'll get a better look at it. And get on the carpet.
I am trying. Hold on for a sec. Where is it?
Well, I'm assuming this is heading in the flying carpet direction of the story versus
Just
the
a second.
everybody jump off and let the trees catch you part of the story. Well, there goes my
Just a
idea.
second, guys.
Boy.
Well, ain't that not a very...
It's a brilliant idea. Everybody jump off. The druid makes
It's
the
a
trees
brilliant
catch you, and
idea
then you
to
just
work.
softly land on the ground.
Yeah, the problem with that is expecting the druid to make perfect D20 rolls for everybody.
I don't need to. It's an entangle spell. It's automatic. It's instantaneous. You have to
You're
roll a
nuts.
d20 escape artist check in order to fail it.
You
You
are
literally
nuts.
cannot fail it.
Oh, it can definitely...
Yeah, I still think you're nuts.
Do you know about weight? There's...
It's not a matter of how the tree grips it, it's a matter of weight ratios.
It's not even that. It's an entangle
Yes.
spell. The trees are going to catch you. You're going to
boy.
get caught by the trees.
I don't think you're understanding what we're saying.
Hey,
Yes,
Marcus,
it might catch us. Then
grab
we'll be dead
Samuel
bodies.
and we can gawk at the dragon from the carpet.
Come on, Samuel, let's go.
I'm looking for something and I'm not finding it. Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Literally, all I have to do is I just jump off, I cast the entangle spell, and then the trees catch us when we come near to them. And they're just like, grab, and then pull us down to the ground, and then I release the entangle spell.
You feel like there will be no damage to us coming to a sudden
No,
stop.
no, that
On
there.
tree branches.
It's an entangle spell. Grasses, weeds, bushes, and even
That
trees
does not
warp,
change
twist, and
the fact that
entwine.
we'll go from movement to stop. Just because you got
Wow.
a giant pile of leaves for us to land doesn't mean that we're still not jumping off
A
100
1-ounce tree
You're not-
cannot catch a 10-pound adventurer.
You're not landing on the tree. You're falling, and then the trees are going to grab you. They're literally going to grab you.
Maybe if there was 2 trees.
There's more
Down
than
the
2
street.
trees. It's a whole damn forest down there.
It does not matter if it's flipping, still going, falling to stop.
Yeah, I've completely lost my notes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for the notes that I had, but I couldn't find it. I apologize.
Okay. First off, we'll still grab everyone, put them on the carpet.
All right.
If this
So-
carpet doesn't fly, then I'm just rolling a jump spell and I'm jumping off this damn tower.
Marcus grabs Samuel and drags him over to the carpet. Marion actually puts her hand on the curious-looking rod that is sticking up from the end of the carpet, and she actually she grits her teeth and squeezes her eyes, and she says, "I used it. I don't have it. I don't have it. I need electricity."
I start
What kind of
rubbing
breath
my
weapon does Renji have?
What was that?
Mary, use your staff. Your shock staff.
And Mira actually, she gasps and realizes very quickly, and she grabs the cudgel from her belt and she holds it over her head, and in her desperation she just slams it down onto the rod, and there is a jolt of electricity that courses through Marcus and Marion as she does so. Okay, Marcus, you have taken 7 points of damage, of electricity damage. But as soon as Mira does so, the carpet begins to elevate into the air, taking everybody with it. Now, there are so many people on the carpet that it actually has a hard time getting up into the air, and it gets to the point where it is just barely above the parapets of the tower.
I jump off and I turn into a bat.
Slide down with it.
What?
We don't need to fly with this many people. We need to just glide down the hill and the tower and just
Hey,
get away
Tarek.
from this mess.
Tarek,
Yes.
you didn't hear that, but I said I jumped off and I turned into a bat. So me and Squeaks are just flying around.
So you actually shape change into a bat, Foluco?
Yeah.
So 1 moment.
Magic carpet ride.
All right.
Bad
So,
guy
let me-
here. Bad guy here. Let's go this way.
All right.
Oh, Foluco.
So you guys float over the parapets, and you see. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. You very slowly float away from the tower. As you do so, a gleaming golden dragon alights on the top of the tower, turns around, and begins scaling its way down on the side of the tower with claws and wings.
Whoa.
Before you get more than 50 feet away, you see on the side of the tower from the outside, you can see what looks to be some massive, grotesque construct of flesh and bone that is not, it is not a, it doesn't have any specific shape or form to it. It just looks like someone took a mass of bones and tendons and muscle and just put them all together and animated it.
Oh my.
Some sort of amalgamate, and it is an abomination. Before you're 100 feet away, you can see the dragon climbing down the side of the tower, and it opens its mouth and unleashes a massive gout of flame onto this abomination. You can see the charred remains of gremlins falling away from it. Apparently, the gremlins have been climbing up this creature, and the creature begins to catch fire, and two of its 7 claws withdraw from the tower, and it begins to engage the dragon. The two of them lock claws and flesh and bone as you float away from the scene, and before long, the carpet floats around the other side of the tower, and the struggle is out of your sight, but you can still hear the sounds of crumbling stone and the roars, and you can see the smoke and the flame coming up from the tower. Marion, at that point, she just kind of sits back and sighs in defeat, and she says, "The entire library, the pyromancer's records, they're all in there."
Well, I have one of those books, the one that you showed me earlier.
And she turns to you and she swipes it from your hands and she clutches it to her chest, and then she kind of wraps herself around it and kind of and goes silent. And she's got a very long distance look in her eyes. Meanwhile,
All that all
the carpet is circling, and Marion seems to be kind of locked in her own thoughts at this point. And then Mira, who still has her cudgel touching to the rod, she turns to you and she says, does anybody know how to fly this?
yeah, but not well.
Anybody
Sure,
anybody that has knowledge of Arcana, give me a roll.
Okay. Let me go there real quick.
Anybody got flying carpet?
I see your message, Renji.
Anybody got a flying carpet license?
Okay. All right. Everybody
wish.
who is trained in knowledge of Arcana, give me a knowledge of Arcana check. You have to be trained in it. Anyone else? I know that Justin is.
Oh.
Very nice one, Feluco. Let me get one for Justin.
Wait, aren't you a bat currently flying?
Yeah, he is. He's a bat.
That is true.
So how can he be helping us right now?
Justin, that's Justin's role right there. So Justin, he actually goes over to Mira and he says, "Okay, I haven't seen this before, but I read about it. I really hope this works." And then he actually takes a hold with Mira, and so they're both holding her cudgel now. And then he wraps another hand around the rod and grits his teeth against the electricity flowing through it, and then begins to move the rod back and forth to try and control the carpet.
Whoa!
His first movement is to the left, and the carpet banks like an airplane. I need everyone to make reflex saving throws.
He's gonna kill us all.
We'll be fine.
Uh-oh.
Okay, one moment.
Magic carpet ride.
Just a second, guys.
Look, where are we?
I'll get you in a second.
Isn't Loosefang a bat? Why is he dodging?
All right. So just a second. All right, so let me zoom out here. There, okay.
Aha.
All right. So, Feluco and Sir Squeaks are flying around. The carpet banks sharply to the left. I need, okay, Loosefang. You fall, but you actually fall onto the carpet, so you're okay. Mira, we're going to have her do a reflex saving throw.
If they kill with their golden
Fingers
melee
crossed.
weapon. So, yeah,
Very nice. All right. And then Marion, who seems to not be paying attention, actually begins to roll.
Ah! I'm gonna grab her.
She actually rolls into you, Marcus. So go ahead and give me a strength check to see if you can grab her. No.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Mira is also going to make a strength check to see if she can grab Marion.
That's not going to cause her grip to leave the electricity.
Nope.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Okay. Marion falls off the carpet.
Nope. Nope.
And plummets to the rocks
Sir
below.
Squeaks. Sir Squeaks did a 18.
In the middle of the air, an 18 is not enough to grab her.
Oh,
Shoot.
Maybe enough to slow her fall.
Bye, Marion.
Yeah.
And she disappears among the rocks below.
Oh no.
I'm
Justin.
Did that just happen?
Justin's eyes go wide, and he immediately rights the rod while still gritting his teeth against the electricity, and then he lets go, and then he falls to his knees and looks over the edge of the carpet, and he puts his hands on his head, and he just wails in disbelief.
So Squeaks and Faluk are gonna like,
You're gonna follow her down?
Yeah, we're gonna follow her down, see if she's all right, or if we could at least somewhat kind of save her.
I lean over the edge of the carpet and spot her as well.
All right, so just a second. We got a lot of things going on here, guys. This is actually pretty exciting.
Oh my. See if I could spot her too.
Okay, just a second.
Ooh.
All right, so Loose Fang, yes, you are able to spot her. So just a second. All right, she has fallen. You estimate her fall was about 60 feet onto solid rock on the cliff face.
Oh my.
She slid another 30 feet down the cliff face, and now you can see she is clearly unconscious, and you don't know if she's dead or not.
Oh my.
Meanwhile, the carpet continues to move on.
Poke, you dead? Poke.
Can we slowly just circle and take the carpet down and...
Well, you've got to be able to control this
Pick her
thing.
up. Yeah.
Hey, Justin, try and pull her. Let's see if we can go back and get her.
Justin, he's going to make a will saving throw to see if he can shake himself out of what he just did.
Is she dead? Poke's body?
It's hard to say. Okay, Justin is able to quickly recover his wits, and gritting his teeth once more, he places both hands on the rod and very slowly this time tries to bend it over to right the carpet and bring you back to where you were.
I'm gonna tell him that he should try taking us down slow.
All right.
Should have just jumped off the tower.
Is anybody here trained in the fly skill?
In the what?
Fly. There is an actual skill called fly.
No, there's not.
There isn't? I thought there was.
Not on this skill list.
There is not, huh?
Nope.
I believe that would be
right,
an
there
extra
is not.
skill
Are you
right
thinking
there.
Fortnite again?
No, I'm thinking Pathfinder.
There's use magic
something-
device.
There's a fly skill in Pathfinder. Never mind.
There's use
Well,
magic
there's
device.
like an other.
So it would be the
Use
in
magic
this case,
Yes.
device.
either if you're trained in writing or in use magic device. Is anybody trained in writing or use magic device?
I'm currently poking a maybe dead body.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm trained in use magic device.
Okay, give me use magic device. Marcus, fantastic. Okay. Renji says that he's having a hard time keeping his eyes open.
Okay.
All right, so Marcus, do you want to try and direct this thing?
Yep.
Okay, so you put both paws on the rod and again take electrical damage. 5 points this time.
5 hops this time. Left hop this time.
Ouch.
2
Okay,
times.
but you are able to control it. So, gritting your teeth against the pain, you are able to push the rod just slightly forward, and the carpet dips downward toward the cliff face. And finally, all of you are deposited. Let me see if I can get you. All right.
Oh, that hurt.
All right. So the carpet comes to rest on the cliffside. And you guys are all deposited on top of a small clearing in the cliff face. This is the rear side of the tower. It is very rocky over here, and you can see down here that is mostly rocks and very few trees. So you actually realize that Foluco's plan would probably be quite fatal because there were very few trees that you could have jumped into.
Basically,
Surprise,
just
surprise.
this one and this one.
All right. Foluco, let's see. Marcus, are you going to climb down?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. The cliff face, let me see if I can actually draw the cliff face here.
Oh, shoot.
How rugged a climb is that?
Hold on for a sec. There we go. This is the edge of the cliff here. And nope. There. That climb down that way is another 20 feet down, but it's a slope downward. And then there is another area here. And then from there is another 20 feet down, and that's actually a pretty sheer drop.
Oh, but oh my. Got maybe some rope.
Yeah, Foluco, give me a. Okay, are you trained in healing? The healing skill?
Yeah, we need to get a healer down there.
I am. I did. I rolled a 17.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. I completely missed that. There it is. Okay, so Foluco, going down there, you are in bat form at this point, and so you do not have fingers per se.
Well, I could
and
change
so it's
back
actually
into a
pretty
human.
difficult. I'm sorry, what?
I could change back into a humanish thing.
It's somewhat precarious. You could do that.
What do you mean precarious?
You want to try it? Okay, have a good night, Renji.
What do you mean precarious?
You're standing between two sheer cliff faces, and she's actually on a rocky outcropping.
Oh,
Basically, we're on shelf number 2, trying to get down to shelf number 1 to get to shelf number 0.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that's the cliff face right there, guys.
Okay.
Okay, and then
So
the
if
upper
I-
cliff face actually comes over here.
so if I go right here, I could have a footing, right?
Yes, but then you'd be 20 feet above her.
Oh, what about here?
That's 10.
Wait,
Okay.
I don't get it. What's going on? Your drawing's weird, man.
Okay, essentially, let me see if I can illustrate. This here and this here are two platforms. Okay, this here is a sheer cliff face from the third tier. There's the third tier of the cliff that goes down to the first tier. Okay, so the safe zones are what you've outlined in blue. Another safe zone, the second tier, is where everyone else is standing. Where she has fallen is in between two cliff faces.
So it's
There is a rocky outcropping, but it is not a very large place to stand.
Does anybody have medicine supplies that I could take down?
Can
do
I
have
just
some pretty
land on her?
nice climbing gear.
You can land on top of her. I'm not sure that's going to help her much.
Probably
Right
isn't.
now, if we can just keep her alive and maybe get her to a town or something.
what's her health at? Damn it!
You can't tell. You need to do a healing check.
Ah, I did.
But in bat form, that's not enough.
I'm
If
just
you want
gonna
to shift back into canine form, you can try that.
screw
but
it.
then
I'm
you're
just
going to
gonna
have a hard time
stand
standing there.
on. I'm just gonna stand on her.
Okay, so you're actually going to perch on top of her and turn back into a canine.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Okay.
what?
Don't put your weights on her.
I'm not standing directly on her, bro. Who would do that?
Well, there's not much footing.
You don't have a whole lot of space.
How about this? Can I do a climb check?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Sheik, where are you? You can be climbing up and down this thing, no problem.
I want to go
I'm back in
down a
human
level
form.
first.
Okay? You're able to scramble down the cliff face without a problem. There are
Thank
plenty of
goodness I have
handholds,
plus-
and it is not vertical.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus, that is not enough to climb down.
Anybody here got rope?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Loose Fang's got some. Sheik just took off with some.
I'm going to be using my rope to try and assist the situation down here, though.
I just
Okay.
chuck my rope to Sheik.
Okay.
I would say somebody use their rope to try and get us down and away.
So
We're also trying to escape still.
So what happens? What happens is I turn back into an anthro form, kind of putting my feet not directly standing on top of her body, mind you, but
So you're going
on
to try
her.
and brace yourself on the rock and against the cliff face?
Yeah, and Sir Squeaks is gonna like help.
You're going to try and stabilize the situation?
Yeah.
All right. So then give me a
did.
climb check. It won't be difficult.
Okay.
Climb check.
Is there anything I can can lash a rope to up here where I'm at?
Okay, Foluco, that is good enough. You're able to brace yourself against the cliff face. Sheik, meanwhile, you search desperately for some sort of place where you can tie a rope to. The
Plant
rock
a tree and I might be
is
able to
not very
help.
conducive. It is a cliff face, and the vegetation up here is so sparse that you don't have anything to tie it to. You find yourself wishing that one of the trees were growing up where you are, but there are none.
What's
Dang
her,
it,
so what's her
Fuluko,
health at?
your vegetation destruction.
It was
So I'm sorry,
that did
Foluco,
not
what was that?
affect over here, bro. That only
That
If
was
I can
clear
get a couple
across on
more
the other end
people
of the
over
map.
here,
yeah, man.
if I can get a couple more people
Anyways.
down here safely, we could probably brace the rope on ourselves.
Well, what are you going to do, Sheik?
How long was the drop? The platform? How long where she is?
Okay, from this platform down there,
Yeah,
that's only 30 feet down.
I slide down.
Okay, so from
With my
here to
slow
here
fall.
is 20 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
slide down as well.
So you're going to slide down the rock. Marcus and Loose Fang, give me fortitude saving throws as you do that.
Do I need to with my slow fall?
I'm sorry, what?
Do I need to with my slow fall or?
Don't
With
you
your no, actually, you're right. With your slow fall, you don't need to do that. Marcus, yes.
don't you dare tumble
because
into
it is
me.
not. It is a slope. It's a steep slope, but with that, you're able to get down without hurting yourself. So the three of you are now down there.
All right, that's enough of us to use ourselves to tie the rope off. At least support him while he heals her.
Mira
Yeah.
actually calls down from the upper cliff face, and she says, help me down, help me down."
You want me to catch you?
Down to where Fuluko is?
Well, Mira wants to get down so she can help him out.
Wait. So I've got a question. So right here and here at the same elevation, right? And it's going like this, right?
Yes.
Are you
Oh,
saying
I
big
get it.
grids
So
or what?
it's more like. Hold up, let me. I get it now. So
Can you get the topography now?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more like drop that way.
Yeah. The line that I'm drawing now, that is a down, and this is also a down.
Oh, it's going down that way.
Correct.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
So up here is the high point. This is a cliff face, a sloping cliff face, and this is a sheer cliff area right here.
If me and Marcus do a strength check, could we catch Mira as she slides down and have her avoid taking any damage?
Crap. I accidentally deleted Faluco.
Oh, what? All right, hold on for a sec. Let me see if I can get him.
He went to the nether.
He went to the nether.
Okay, so Sir Squeaks needs to be over here to brace him. Got it.
I'm excited about nether updates in the future here. That'll be nice.
Nether updates?
Minecraft stuff.
Is just
Oh,
fun.
Let me remove your buff there. Because Justin is no longer playing his Inspire Greatness piece.
Yep.
We could probably use it.
Been a while.
All right. Actually, what Justin is going to do is he is down and he says, I can help you out, guys. Just a second. Let me get down here. And he motions for you to try and catch him, Marcus, as he slides down after you.
Hey, wait.
Okay. I just rolled a 10 for strength, but all right.
Okay.
Hey, Marcus, do you want me to assist?
So Justin actually, he kind of stumbles a bit, but he rights himself and he comes down the slope, no problem.
So
Mira is a little hesitant, but she points down at you and she says, "If I'm going to keep you alive, you've got to keep me alive. You got it?"
So what's
I give her a
Marian's
thumbs
health
up.
at?
I did mention that I was going to help try and catch her on her way down, so...
So, whoops.
Whoops.
I'm useless here. Marcus, please actually do something.
So Mira steps down and she actually takes, I'm going to have her do a fortitude saving throw here. Let's see if she tumbles end over end. I hope not.
So what's Marian's health at?
If she does, I hope she's yelling as you wish.
No, she actually is able to keep herself up. And she falls onto you, Marcus, but you break her fall and she takes no damage. Nicely done. Okay.
You're
So,
welcome.
Loose Fang and Sheik and Marcus, what are you guys going to do? Meanwhile, Justin actually, he says, okay, now you guys aren't going to believe this, but I've got a song that actually helps with skill checks. And he breaks out his lute once more.
All right.
There's a bard ability called Inspire Competence, which gives everybody a bonus on skill checks.
I call up to Renji. Toss us down your immovable rod. We could tie the rope onto that, and we don't have to worry about it going.
That is true.
Renji actually he stuffs it into his pack and literally leaps off of the cliff face.
Hey.
What is Marian's health at?
Gonna do
What?
it.
Yeah.
What?
So
Luca's gonna need to know that.
Renji is going to do a fortitude saving throw. I have little doubt that he's going to make it.
But yeah, the immovable rod, we could stick that.
Oh.
That's kinda in
Holy
the
cow,
ground.
Renji did not make it.
Of course.
Renji did not make it, and so he falls to the cliff face and tumbles end over end.
Catch him.
Oh, ouch.
And let's see. Let me roll for damage here.
Have two people. Cliff.
Okay, so Renji takes 10 damage in the process and bowls into Justin, which breaks his fall.
Does it break anything else of his?
Tarek.
Well, he is a big dragonborn wearing full armor. So it
Hopefully
actually,
Justin's okay.
I'm gonna have Justin roll a fortitude here for a second. Just a second.
You know, it is times like these when I think that the monsters don't even need to bother. We're our own worst enemies.
But Justin is able to brace himself, and he catches the big dragonborn without falling off of the cliff himself. So that's a good thing.
Hey,
Right.
Tarek.
What about Marion?
Okay, so Foluco, I'm looking back for your last healing check. 13. All right. Placing your paw pads on Marion's neck, you can detect a pulse. She is indeed still alive, but you don't know how much.
We need to get
I
down
use a
there and
cure
help
light
her.
wounds on her, and I heal her for 7 points.
I'm going to ask to tie the rope.
Hold on for a sec.
Sheik!
Hold on.
Thank
for
you.
A sec.
Okay.
Hold on for a sec. So, looking more closely at her, Foluco, you can see that both of her legs are hanging at very odd angles, and you're pretty sure that both legs are broken.
I don't care if her legs are broken. I just want to make sure she's not dead.
Okay. Sorry. Now, Sheik, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you doing?
I want to use rope to tie the rope off on the immovable rod.
That'll do. Renji actually he doesn't want to share it with anybody, but he's content to hold it out for and tie the rope to it.
Okay, if he could just stick it in the ground and I could tie the rope on it, then
he says, "Stick nothing. Watch this," and he pushes the button on the rod, and the rod becomes solid in the middle of the air.
What if the rope?
I don't want the rope to slide off the rod.
Right.
So then he says, "No problem. Watch," and he puts both hands on either end of the rod with the rope in between his hands, and then he looks at you and nods, and he says, "Solid."
Okay, let's hope that you can hold that position.
I want Justin to do something before I do that, but oh well. I'm not very confident in this.
So give me your use rope check. His inspire competence actually adds 2 points to that, so you actually got an 11, not a 9. And 11 is good enough in this case.
Okay.
Because it's not all that difficult. Okay, so a 50-foot rope from the immovable rod is able to reach down to where Foluco and Marion are. So, Foluco, there is a rope laying nearby, dangling down the cliff face.
Cool.
So, what are you going to do with it? Or are you going to actually? You said you wanted to cast a healing spell.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, 7 points of healing on Marion.
Oops.
I need to move you out of the way so I can get to Marion.
I'm going to yell that you can tie the rope around her chest, like underneath her armpits. And if you feel like you have a good enough knot, you could probably fly and help lift her up.
All right.
Yes.
Foluco, you have actually brought her back to consciousness, and she looks up at you with wild eyes, and she begins to struggle and try and right herself, but her legs aren't working properly, and so she's flailing her arms. You are immediately worried that she's going to dislodge herself and fall the rest of the way down to the ground.
I slap her in the face.
You're going to slap her?
Gently.
Gently.
Okay. So, roll an intimidate. And meanwhile, she's going to roll fortitude. Okay.
Oh, oof.
Okay, so since your intimidate is larger than her saving throw, then you are able to overcome her. She looks up at you with burning anger in her eyes, but she holds still. So what you're going to try and tie that rope around under her shoulders?
I didn't say that.
Oh, who said that?
That was Sheik.
That was Cheek.
I was
okay.
saying as a suggestion we can and tie it around her, and help, and him and Sir Squeaks and Batform can kind of help
Yeah,
lift her up
so
as we pull her.
Carry.
if your goal is to like get her back up on that cliff face just to get her back up on that carpet, I'd have to say no, considering
Well,
she just fell from that
Either
carpet.
that or we get everyone down. Our two options are get her up here, heal her, or get down.
I feel like getting her
Because we have to find a way to get away from the tower.
get away with
And
Okay.
her legs are probably broken. So we probably need to carry her away.
By the way, guys, I want just FYI, you can still hear the sounds of battle coming from far above you on the face part.
Right, so we do kind of need to get out of here
In
if
a
we're
little
gonna
bit
try
of a hurry.
to help ourselves, or if we're gonna try and help ourselves.
Hold up.
All right, so what are you guys going to do?
I kind of like yell back up the cliff face. I'm like, she's alive. Barely.
Barely.
I breathe a sigh of relief. Ugh. Now we need to get her up here and heal her.
Okay, so just a second. I'm going to, you know what? I just realized I may know where my notes are. So just a second.
Okay.
Sweet.
Marcus is out of magic ice walls. Everyone
Marcus has one more arcane point in his arcane pool. So he can do one more minor ice effect.
What is the
I don't think it's
drop
gonna be
distance
here
to down this way? And where's the next, like, is this a safe spot or is this a safe spot or what?
Okay, hold on for a second. I'm zooming out. Okay, so the ground level. Let me draw the ground level. The cliff goes down, and down here is the ground level.
Huh.
So
Hold on.
then,
Maybe we
I
could lower
may
her
or may
down.
not
and
have an
get her
idea.
down.
oh crap, and that's not what I wanted to do. So
Okay,
then what's
Either
this
way,
then?
we need to get everyone down to ground level safely, and then we can make our getaway.
So what's that then?
That's rugged terrain. That's just rocky. It's
Okay.
not an actual cliff.
What's the distance down to there?
From where
What's
you're
the distance
standing.
from here?
Yeah. All right. So let me actually show. Okay. From where you guys are down to ground level, that's another 50 feet. For you, Feluco, it's 30 feet.
Okay, and during that 30 feet, is there vegetation?
No, it's all rock and very sparse, like mossy vegetation. Not something you could actually use.
There's this thing
So-
here.
There
Is
is
it-
a tree right there at the base? Yes. In
Is
fact,
it-
there are two trees right there at the base.
Okay.
I have an idea, possibly.
Are we going to go with your Are you going to use your snare thing as the safety
He
net?
really likes that idea. He's gonna try it.
He's gonna try again.
No,
No.
Well,
maybe.
this time he actually has a rhyme and reason to it, and he can
Okay.
see trees.
So what I can do is, because I'm caster level 5, I can get a plus 20 to jump check if I use my jump spell. I could
Yes.
put her like on my shoulder and like jump towards the tree and then entangle to like land safely on the ground.
Let's see. Okay. Well, my idea that I had was, so you know those huge giant piles of snow in, like, Frozen? I was wondering if I could possibly... Oh!
Dragon.
That dragon! Hi!
I do have
A
two.
whole bunch of snow right here.
I
so
do
we
have
could land
two
on it.
create waters,
Jump into
so
the
I
pile of
could
snow.
potentially summon like.
If you want to have a safe pile of snow for us to land in, that's going to have to be at least 7 feet deep at a minimum.
Okay.
Hmm.
So if there is an enormous crash, and the dragon is now uprighted on the side of the tower, and doing battle with this big amalgamation, of flesh and bone, and it is uncomfortably close. It is only 100 feet above your heads, and a short distance away. You realize that if any stones break off the tower, they will be tumbling down these cliffs.
Yo, Marcus, what can you do with 20 gallons of water?
Maybe you can Maybe you can make a slanted roof, and any rocks that come tumbling down, you can deflect them away from us. Also, Brother Thomas and Samuel, what are they doing?
I'm just worried about getting down. I don't care about rocks.
That Samuel is not coming down. No way out.
Well, the thing is that we're all in a huge area, and I don't know if like that one point's gonna create enough ice, or even a thick enough wall of ice to prevent Rebel from falling all across this area.
I'm not worried about creating a cover of ice. I'm thinking about like a slide, slip and slide.
Oh, okay.
That will do what now?
A slide down to safety?
Cause you know what 30 feet distance is, right? Cause it's like a door is 7 feet, so basically like 4 doors.
I think Brother Thomas is using a carpet very cleverly.
Yeah. How do you delete a line then?
You can actually click on it and hit delete. So what line do you want to delete?
This green one that I made.
That one?
Yep.
So Samuel actually comes up to you, Marcus, and he is actually tugging on your tail rather insistently, and he's pointing up at the tower, and he said, Mr. Marcus, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
We have to save Marion first.
And Brother Thomas actually, he comes up to Samuel and puts a hand on his shoulder, and he says, okay, Samuel, I want you to stand against the cliff face. If any rocks fall down, they'll go over your head. But we have to stay here until we can save Marion. And Samuel obeys.
So they use the carpet to get down?
Oh, you could. It's not long enough to go down this next cliff face.
No, but it flies. If we could just make a temporary shelf that we could put Marion onto and then float down another 30 feet.
Do you know how to fly this thing?
I don't think anybody knows how to fly.
Justin shoots daggers at you and then quickly calms himself and then looks very ashamed. I don't know how to fly this thing. I don't think you guys do either.
Oh, I was the one that landed it.
Well, is there anything we can do with the carpet to try and make some sort of better landing or something?
At this point, we need to get Marion out of gargantuans up there, and he points back up to the tower, which is now starting to catch fire.
Oh my!
Well,
maybe we're gonna have to just pull it out.
Question.
Yes.
To put Marion on my back and to jump off the ledge towards the tree.
Yes.
What all skill checks would I have to do?
All right. Well, to carry her, it would require a strength check. To hold on to her, the jump would just be a jump check. But to hold on to her while you're jumping would require another strength check.
Well,
what if Sir Squeaks helps?
Your back.
You could do that. That would eliminate the second check, the third check, I mean.
Do you have rope? Or do you need some of mine?
Can you throw some of that rope down here?
Somebody else had an extra spool of rope.
I think Justin did.
I do.
Justin or Lucifer. Oh yeah, Lucifer.
Justin has rope as well.
Are we entertaining the thought that he's gonna jump off a cliff with her, hope to be caught by a tree?
Or we can use rope and lower them down.
That's what I thought we were doing. What was the point of the immovable rod?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Why don't I just try that?
The rope from the rod does reach almost to the ground. Very close to the ground.
Wait, so can I just grab the rope and just like
how about this?
shimmy down?
You could do that. It would take a climb check.
I can do it. I can just slide down.
Okay.
Secure Miriam to the rope. Then we can lower her down. And Fuloko, if you want to jump down and try and be there, that might work better than jumping with her. I feel like there's a number of things that could go wrong.
Right. Alright, so
I hold on to the rope and slide down.
Alright. At that moment there is a tremendous crashing noise as a large boulder falls from the tower and tumbles down the cliff, just missing you and Marion.
We're
definitely gotta get out of here, guys.
Go. Fuloko, rope check, please. Like, you can do your jump thing on yourself, but let's tie her off so she's not gonna die.
So I grab hold of the rope, glide down the side of the...
Okay, so you're going to go down to the ground floor, Loose Fang?
Or just wherever they are.
There's no room. He's barely has any room just to stay where he is.
There's...
So
the feeling is on Fuloko to tie her off and make her stay.
Check on the rope to keep myself at that level.
Well,
maybe climb down the rope this way.
If you want to slide down the rope, hold on for a sec, Loose Fang. If you want to slide down the rope and get to where they are, and then just hold yourself there, yes, it would be a strength check.
All right, I'm gonna try that because I guess do we need more rope to tie her up? Is that the problem?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right, so I've got that with. I'm gonna go there, give him the other rope and help him tie her up.
Okay.
Or at least be some more support.
So go ahead, Loose Fang, give me a strength check to bring yourself down to that spot and hold yourself there. Otherwise, you're going down to the...
All right, and I don't suppose this doesn't count under just skill.
Actually, in this case, yes, it would. So give yourself a 10 plus 2 on that strength check.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll break
Loose Fang, I'm afraid your grip is a little too loose, Fang.
Oh man.
And then you slide your slide clear down to the ground floor. You take no damage, but you slide right past Fuloko and Marion at the bottom.
Well, we have somebody down there to catch her now.
Can I do a reflex check to toss the rope to him as I go by?
You can try that. Go ahead. Add 2 to it.
So like a +2 or a +2?
Yeah, get +2 temporary on the reflex.
Are we supposed to be getting +1 on the skill checks, by the way?
You're actually getting +2.
Oh, +2.
Am I within that range?
Yes, you are.
Then that's...
You are actually, Fuloko, you are smacked in the face by a coil of rope.
Cool. I use it, and with the 19, because that's a +2, I tie her up and shimmy her down.
Okay, so tie her up and howl. Tell me what you're doing with the rope.
I'm kind of like, how long is the rope?
It's another 50-foot rope, but you've got the whole coil in your paws.
Oh, that's great. So I kind of like harness tie her, like over the arms and around the chest, and I kind of like flip her onto her belly, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna like shimmy you down.
As you flip her onto her belly, she cries out in pain. She screams in pain.
Cool. You're gonna need to deal with that pain because I'm gonna need you to like use your arms as I like lower you down. So shut up and just...
She talks to you through gritted teeth, and she says, "I think I've got a broken rib."
Oh, cool. Deal with it.
Deal with it until we can get you down.
Your bedside manners suck.
So will saving throw. Okay, she's able to keep her wits about her. She's not gonna try. She's not gonna panic yet, but she's in a lot of pain.
Cool. I start like, climber roping her down as she like using her arms to like not just slide down.
No, she is clutching her arms around her chest, trying to hold in the pain in her ribs. She can't use her arm.
Oh.
Okay. Meanwhile, Mira is just freaking out, and she's saying, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!"
What else should we do to help her get her down?
Let me heal the break first. You're just going to break more ribs if you do that.
Oh,
We
okay.
can lower Miriam.
Okay, so
And this is why I don't go
actually, she begins climbing down the rope as well. She's saying, safety be hanged at this point. I've got someone to heal. And she starts climbing down.
So I have an idea that we could possibly do to help try and get all of us down.
Oh, you can just jump down.
How many arcane points would it be to use a huge pile of snow right here for us to land on?
With a single arcane point, make a snow the bottom sphere of a snowman.
Oh.
You
Okay.
You have enough to save somebody's left foot.
No, and it's a good deal of snow. It'll make a pile of snow, but it's probably not something you want to jump 30 feet into.
It would
Probably
probably
not, no.
help to wait until I get down there and actually throw 20 gallons of water on the ground.
Yeah, if he were to produce the water for you, you could freeze it, and that would be an arcane point.
Okay, but what kind of good would that do?
Okay, I don't know. You guys are coming up with this plan here. I'm actually impressed that you've done as well as you have.
Right.
16 cups of snow is equal to 1 cup of water. If you make 20 gallons, you're going to make 32 cubic feet of snow.
Okay, another crashing and rumbling as another boulder comes down from the tower and rolls across the cliff. I need Squeaks and Mira and Marcus to make reflex saving throws. And then actually you too, Loose Fang.
That spot that I was checking.
Reflex, I'm sorry, say that again, Loose Fang?
I was just saying that spot check I did was I was just looking around now that I'm at ground level just to make sure that like gremlin whatnot sneak on me.
Well, and you do also remember that there are lots of traps around here.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that was the spot as well, just to.
Oh.
So,
Oh my.
Mira actually seeing the huge boulder going by, jumps backward, but forgets that Justin is standing right behind her and bumps into him.
Whoops.
So she's going to make another reflex. And Justin is also going to make a reflex.
Fine.
All right. Whew.
Okay. Well done, guys. They're able to keep their balance, even though they bumped into each other. And amazingly, Justin is able to continue playing his Inspire competence piece, trying to help you guys out.
Oh boy.
Okay. I need, let's see, Sheik and Marcus, give me spot checks.
Oops. Let's go.
So that would be 18, right?
Yeah, yes. So Marcus, that's a 29 spot check. Holy cow. Okay. You can see that the entire upper section of the tower is now caught fire. The amalgamate is nowhere to be seen. You can see a charred husk on the ground where you think the amalgamate was, but it is now gone.
Amalgamate? What's that?
That was the mass of bone and flesh.
The
Oh.
bone atronach thing. Whatever it was.
Oh my.
Anyways, if you guys are going to produce your snow, it won't help a lot, but it will help a little.
Maybe?
Remember, 32 cubic feet of snow, if my calculations are right, with 20 gallons of water.
All right.
Up over to here on the tower?
No. Help break falls.
At this point,
I guess.
the huge golden dragon flies down to where you are, alights on one of the steps
Fortunately, that one's not taken.
above you, and looks down at you.
Oh, hi.
Watching your efforts.
Hi.
It is breathing heavy, and you can see that it has a few scratches on its face and wings, but it appears to be mostly intact. Before your very eyes, it shrinks.
Oh, that's the smell.
Nathan?
What?
Wrong Nathan, Carter.
I was.
All right. And it becomes the size of a youngling, although its features have not changed at all. At this point, it lowers its head and comes face to face with you, Foluco.
Oh, hi, I say in Draconic.
And
You know Draconic?
Yes, I know
he
Draconic.
does know Draconic, yes.
Yes, he does.
And
I
so
know
the
Draconic as well.
dragon's serpentine neck arches a bit, but it's staring you in the face. You are actually rather surprised and somewhat intimidated by the fact that its eyes do not have pupils. They are simply glowing bluish white masses in its head. It arches its neck upward and looks down at you, and then looks over at Miriam. It actually reaches down and tries to grab you by the scruff of your neck. Make a reflex saving throw, Foluco.
Oh, wait, nope, that was the wrong person.
No, that is correct.
No, I had the wrong person selected.
But still, it says Foluco.
Oh. Okay.
You had the right person.
So, you feel yourself being bodily lifted away from Miriam, and you are deposited on the cliff face. I'm trying to select you, not the dragon. There we go.
Damn it.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm trying to conduct this event here. All right. The dragon looks up to the gathered people. I need everyone to make a fortitude saving throw.
Everyone.
Everyone, including Justin and Samuel and brother.
Are these affected by +2s?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Oh.
I don't think that'll help me much, but
Then add 2 to them.
just saying.
Yeah, Loose Fang, you've got a 12. Sheik, you've got a 6. Sir Squeaks is 18. Marcus is 19. This one is for Justin. That gives him a 7.
Oh.
This one is for Samuel. That gives him an 11. And for Brother Thomas,
Braver than us.
Brother Thomas has got a 22. Okay. Anybody that got a 12 or less, you are now overcome with fear. And you have an uncontrollable urge to back away from the dragon. So Sheik, Loose Fang, Samuel, and Brother and Justin.
Unfortunately, we have a little bit of cliff.
Okay, Justin immediately stops playing his piece and stops inspiring, while Justin and Samuel back away. The dragon looks over you and shakes its head and then puts its head down to try and grab Marion.
Oh.
Yes, it is able to grasp Marion in its jaws very easily, and it takes to the air with Marion and brings her down to the ground floor.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm.
Oh, thank
I
you,
guess I'm-
Mr. Dragon. Or
I
move
guess
Miss
around
I'm
this
Dragon,
scared,
whatever.
Try
but
and away from.
All right,
yeah, I guess I'm
Mira
scared,
on the other hand, she scampers down the rope to the ground floor. So I'm going to get a climb check from.
This thing, you're down there to
I'm
help
gonna
out.
follow her as well.
I can't help out. I'm scared of the dragon, so I'm.
Yeah, you are overcome with fear at this point. Just a little bit of background. If you guys are not aware, dragons have a natural ability they have an aura of fear. Anybody that gets close to them is either overcome with awe or fear when they are in their presence.
So
Whoa.
quick question, and this is in regards to wild shape, because I know 3.5 wild shape is different than 5e wild shape, or
Yes.
I assume so. When it says wild shape lasts 1 hour per druid level,
Yes.
does changing back into human or whatever just finish that off entirely?
That finishes the spell, yes.
Okay. So it's
Oh.
completely different than 5e. All right.
Okay, Sheik,
Cool.
are you coming down the rope? No, you're scared. You're afraid.
I'm a little terrified to come down the rope at this time. I want to very soon, but
Okay, Brother Thomas was not afraid, so he's going to make a climb check.
Was my climb check enough, or did I?
For Marcus, oh yes, that's definitely enough.
Okay.
Okay, Brother Thomas, on his way down the rope, actually slips,
Oops.
and he cries out for help from you, Marcus, as he tumbles down the mountainside. Marcus, can you give me a dexterity check? I'm going to get one from Mira as well to see if you guys can catch.
Oh. 16.
Yeah, the two of you working together are able to catch Brother Thomas, but not before he takes some bludgeoning damage on his tumble down the cliff.
Oh my, we're just losing health here and everywhere.
So Brother Thomas takes 10 points of damage from his fall.
Ouch. We're gonna need to heal bad.
But
I think we took more damage getting out of the tower than getting into the tower.
Yep.
all right.
Yes, sir.
All right. The dragon, after depositing Marion on the ground, looks around at you, and then alights in the tree here above you.
Ooh.
And you can hear, she opens her jaws, and you can hear if you can picture a woman's voice, but in a bass range. If you can picture that. She begins to speak to you in a very rich tone. And she says, I apologize for my appearance so late. I meant to meet up with you sooner. I was held up. And it appears that I arrived just in time. If you'll excuse me, I apologize for lighting the tower on fire. I have actually extinguished those, and your library should be safe. At that point, Marion breathes a sigh of relief.
Could we maybe help you put it out, or is
Oh,
it
the
fully
fire-
extinguished?
The
It's gone.
fire is out.
Oh.
It was, and I apologize. It was my own flame that lit your tower on fire. But I was able to get rid of that creature. I don't know what that creature was, but it was sent by the Six. It is. They have been following you, tracking your movements.
Why?
I wonder why.
Why, indeed.
They know what you're looking for. They know what you're trying to do, and they know that you want to stop. They also know that you are looking for us.
Who's us? I call from.
The
And
other
Mira
dragon.
actually walks up to the tree and she says, "This is who they are." And she holds out her amulet up to the dragon. And she lowers her head and puts her nose to the artifact. And she says, "Oh, Gothas, it has been so long." And at that point, the amulet glows brightly and projects the head of the silver dragon, who answers her and says, "Lelian, yes, it has been more than a millennia. And we are finally reunited." So, now we've got a name for her now.
Gideon.
And then Lelian actually turns her head and looks up at the cliff, and she kind of cocks her head a little bit, and then she shakes her head and moves it back down to continue talking with Gothas. And Lelian says, "Your strength was not enough to hide them from the Six." And Gothas shakes his head and says, "No, it was not. I tried for as long as I could, but it was after they left Port Sheridan that my strength left. I could not. Once we came face to face with Phalas, and at that name, Lelian actually recoils a little bit, and she says, "You found Phalas." And Gothas nods and says, "Yes, she was below Port Sheridan. She was with the conclave of vampires down there, trying to deceive the city. You saw that." And Lelian says, "No, I was on the surface. I didn't go down with you." And Gothas says, "Oh yes, of course. You stayed up there."
Wait, Layla?
And the dragon nods.
You guys, do you happen to know what happened to my horse or the horse?
Gothas says, I could not manifest down in that place. The power of deception was too great. I was too hard to try and hide you from the Six, and you ran face to face with Phalas. It was all I could do to stop her from following you. The last I saw of Duncan, he was staring her down, and then this brute here, he motions over to Marcus, sealed off the room, and I couldn't see anything anymore. So I don't know anything about what happened.
I looked down at my paws in shame. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't apologize. You did the best you could. Because of what you did, Phalas, not only did Phalas not see you, but the rest of the vampires couldn't follow you either. And you were able to escape without getting destroyed. It was some pretty quick thinking.
You did save everyone else.
So the golden is standing up in the tree, and she keeps glancing up on the cliff and then shaking, returning to Gothas. She says, "Okay, let me lend my power now. The two of us working together, we can hide you once again, but not for long. I need one of you to be the bearer.
I'll do it.
Bear. Do you have a
we-
strong enough
I like
fortitude
necklaces.
to deal with
Terrified
that?
I would.
She so Lelian actually nods down at Mira and she says, "One of you has already been appointed a bearer. There must be two more. When you find Sonriel, there must be 3 bearers. Who and which among you would bear my essence?"
I will throw my hand out from behind.
I volunteer.
I would do it too. I just need to get over being afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Okay, so
I'm not sure if I would be worthy of such an honor.
Sheik, why don't you go ahead and give me another will saving throw? Yep.
So is this something we have to decide, or can you just pick?
I would be born by a willing volunteer. But know this, that the burden that you must bear is greater than you know. And at this, Mira actually shrinks a little bit, and she looks worried.
I'm down.
So Sheik, you are still taken with fear. Justin, I'm gonna have him.
I got stuff.
I'm gonna
on
have
my
him
plate
roll.
already.
Sorry, what was that, Loose Fang?
I was just saying I'm used to having stuff on my plate as it is. What's a little more?
Yeah,
Dessert.
Justin is also still afraid. Renji,
So Faluka volunteers.
okay. Renji doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He is actually watching he is watching her, and he has a little bit of disgust on his face, but you can't read him very well because he doesn't say anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dragonborns don't like dragons usually.
Yeah.
They don't tend to get along.
Rika.
So at this point, Mira actually turns away from Lelian and begins and tries to tend to Marion.
So I pinged you real quick, Tarek.
Okay. You pinged me on Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there it is.
Can I hit? Oh, wait a second.
Am I over the fear yet?
Okay. So, Loose Fang, yes, you are definitely over the fear.
Okay, so
So yeah. Faluka volunteered.
Okay, so Foluco, Loose Fang, you also volunteered. Sheik, you said that you would volunteer as well.
Yes.
Okay.
I said I'm possibly not sure if I'd be worthy, but I would if you choose me.
So, Lelian, actually, you can see her eyebrows loosen, and she actually looked sadly amused. And she says, "You don't know what you ask for, and yet you volunteer willingly.
Sure.
Such bravery."
it's probably mostly stupidity on.
Well,
I'll take the compliment.
bravery is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to do something stupid anyway.
Hey, well said.
That's pretty much what a group is.
I prefer to say that when bravery is being afraid and going ahead anyway. I think that's a nicer way to say it.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So, Lelian, she looks up and gets a far off look in her eyes. Marion, you need to return to your tower. You need to stay and be the guardian of knowledge. I know what lies in that tower as well as you do, and the accumulated knowledge must be guarded and kept. As the last remaining member of the Pyromancer's Conclave, you must stand and guard this tower. The rest of you need to get away from here, otherwise the attacks will continue to come. They weren't going for her, they were going for you. They were trying to stop you and to grab the artifact. Beware of greed, beware of deception, beware of fear, and beware of hunger.
But I thought Marianne was supposed to train me.
She is, or at least she was. Take the book with you, Marianne says, and she hands it back to you. I'm afraid we need to part ways because I cannot leave this tower and you can't stay here.
Can we at least heal her up a bit so she can at least walk around?
Yeah,
Mira's working on it, but just a second.
I used my last Cure Light Wounds on her, so I'm up. I'm out of heal spells.
Yeah. May I ask you a question, Lelian?
One moment.
Let's make sure people aren't dead first.
Right.
Yes.
So Lelian gives. So she says again, beware of fear, beware of deception, beware of greed. The ones that you have not met. Beware of anger, beware of jealousy, and beware of hunger. These are the embodiments of the six. Greed is here. I don't know where he is, but he is here, and this is why you must leave. You have seen the behavior of these gremlins. They are his creations. All they wish is to steal and to take for themselves. They are living embodiments of greed. Mm-hmm. Within the next 2 hours, he will be able to create more, and these hills will again be swarming with gremlins. So we should not stay here for very long.
Well, Marianne, how is she able to protect herself from such things?
3 times as many of those elemental thingies.
Remember, the six are not after her, or they're not after the knowledge. What the six want, they want to take the artifacts. They want to rejoin themselves, to recreate Nur. And with Nur alive once again, the Lord of Chaos will pit the two factions against each other and watch as they destroy each other. You must not let that happen. You must convince the two factions to work together.
That's actually what I'm wanting to ask you about, Lelian.
Yes.
How am I to do that if I hardly even know of both paths? How am I to convince both?
Carefully.
As one who ascribes to neither, you have the objectivity to see through the lies and the deceptions, the prejudices, and the preconceived notions. You have the ability to look objectively, and you will find within yourself the power to convince them. Do not do it alone. Surround yourself with those that have the strengths that you lack, and you will succeed. Meanwhile, Mira is going to cast a Cure Serious Wounds on Marion. So it's +5, and then add another D4 to that because of her. There we go. Oh, very nice, very nice. So that's 28 points healed in a single spell. Very nice.
Nice.
That's enough to bring her above half health. just FYI, Marion has nearly 60 hit points. If she's at full health.
This would explain why she survived that fall.
Yes. And actually, the fall was enough to bring her down to -5. And the single heal spell that you did, Feluca, was enough to get her just barely above 0.
Yay, I helped.
That's good.
Yes, you did help. All right.
Yay.
Now, at this point, Feluca, Lelian is staring at you intently.
Hi.
And she is looking you up and down, and she says, "Who are you? You are not worthy."
Ow.
And she turns back to the image of Gothas, and she says, "Do you know who this is?" And Gothas, he gets a sad look on his face, and he nods. And Gothas says, "Merely a fool who meddled in things he did not understand. It is not he that is unworthy. It is the presence that he carries." And Lelian turns back to you, Feluca, and nods. And she says, "Is there a way to separate them?" And Gothas shakes his head. He says, "This is a burden that he has to bear, that he has to work with. Beware, because his behavior may seem odd at times. His behavior may seem foolhardy or even reckless. It is not he that inspires this behavior, but he who rests inside his head." And Lelian says, looks at you sadly, Feluca, and just shakes her head. And then she says, "I pity you and the burden that you must bear. Your foolishness has brought this upon you, but you have meddled in things that you do not understand. I will do my best to shield you from his effects, but there's not much I can do because you willingly took it in." And then Marion turns to you, Feluca, and she says, "You did open the book, didn't you?"
Just a little.
"Where? Which page? Do you even remember what you saw?" "Of course not. You can't read it." And she's actually pretty angry now.
Wait. I do have Draconic. I did read it.
Well, not Draconic.
You talking about the
Oh,
book of
Abyssal,
Chaos
yeah.
from all the way back in the
Demonic.
In Abyssal. Sorry, I misspoke.
So wait, and Marion, her head snaps back to you, and she actually, her eyes wide, and she says, "You know Abyssal?
Yeah.
So you did read it.
Yeah.
What did you read?" No, don't tell me what you read." And then she just grits her teeth and turns her head away. And she says, "The foolishness of the youth. How old are you anyway?"
Wait, how old am I? 23.
Give a few hundred years before you even crack that book open.
What? You
Just
burned
a
it.
whelp. I saved your life. That book has no business being in the hands of youth. I wouldn't read it myself, and I'm over 1,000 years old.
And you don't look a day over 500.
Don't look at they were 500. Oh my gosh.
She smirks and then looks over in your direction, Loosefang, and she kind of nods a bit, but then she turns her anger back on Feluca.
So do I Tarek, do I actually like know what I read? Do I remember what I read?
No, you don't.
I don't.
All you know is that you opened the book and you read some phrases before you had to close it because it was screaming at you.
I miss the screaming.
You what?
It was kind of cool. A screaming book. Who can say they own a screaming book?
All right, Sheik, give me another will saving throw. I'll get one for Justin.
Anyway.
Oh, Justin is able to overcome. What about Samuel?
I didn't know the thing was dangerous. I just thought, ooh, screaming book. That's kind of cool. What does it say?
17. That's better than 12.
That's certainly enough. So, Sheik, give me a climb check if you want. Samuel is still cowering against the wall.
I'll go ahead and climb down. I think that what the dragon has to say may be very important.
So that was in character, by the way. The whole I didn't know it was a dangerous book. I just thought screaming book, cool. Let's read it.
Yes. Hence the foolishness of youth.
Yeah.
All right. So Lelian says, I fear you're not worthy. If you were to bear my essence, you would only corrupt it. I'm afraid it must be one of these others.
All right. Let me do my climb and get down there.
Okay, Sheik, give me a climb check. Beautiful. Come on down.
Thank goodness I have those gloves.
Indeed.
Spidey climbs down.
Yep.
I'd still use the assistance of the rope, but... And we didn't just leave Samuel up there alone, did we?
Yeah, actually you
I
did.
kind of did. He's still carrying up against the cliff.
Yeah, he's still, I mean, he's failed 3 will saving throws in a row. Up there just panicking.
I'm going
Up
to
on the
send
cliff.
Sir
He's
Squeaks
all
up
alone.
there.
Samuel.
I'm going to ask that we send Sir Squeaks up there to keep him company.
Poor Samuel.
Okay. So Samuel is up here cowering, and he's he's never been all that fond of a large dire bat that's at least twice his size.
Make a funny face.
On a dire bat?
Yeah.
Have you ever
Just make
seen
funny
a
face.
dire bat? Here, let me Google and then post in the Discord dire bat for
Yeah.
you real quick, by the
I
way.
feel like it's gonna be like B trying to smile.
Well,
Well, I'll climb back up there and get him.
Here, this is from World of Warcraft, but here's a good representation of what a smiling dire bat would look like.
So in memes?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. Not a very pleasant looking creature, no. That's actually quite a bit more hideous than what Sir Squeaks is. Because Sir
Quite
Squeaks has a sense of nobility about him, but he is still a dire bat.
yes.
Okay.
Dude.
All right. So, Loose Fang, right now it's between you and Marcus and Sheik. Did you also want to volunteer?
I did.
But you're climbing back up to get Samuel.
Am I? Okay.
Oh, I thought that's what you said you wanted to do.
No, that's why I sent Sir Squeaks to keep him company.
I'm afraid Samuel is pretty frightened of a dragon and now also a dire bat.
But at least he's traveled with the dire bat. So there's
That's cold comfort in wartime.
Poor Samuel.
all right,
All
guys.
I kind of look
Talk
at
to the
myself.
dragon. I'll be the responsible one. Brother Thomas.
Brother Thomas was actually on his way, but he realizes that you're a much better climber than he is.
Brother Thomas, you stick at the bottom level and make sure that he gets out. Okay.
I can do that.
On a happier note, here's Sir Squeaks.
Oh gosh.
Well, see, that's nicer looking.
All right. 27 is enough for me to go up and around and get the kid to help bring him down.
All right. He is actually cowering in fear, and he does not want to move.
So Screeks pokes him.
Wait, you're gonna have the bat poke the kid?
Yeah.
Okay. He begins scrambling away.
I'm going to tell
Flank
Sir
him.
Squeak to
Haha.
stop it, and
Flank him.
I'm going to have to try and grapple check this kid.
You're gonna try and grab the kid?
Corral
Yeah.
him.
Okay, give me a grapple check, Sheik.
That's strength. Is it?
There's an actual grapple roll on your character sheet.
So Squeaks corrals him like a little puppy. Haha, go that way.
Do you see it, Sheik?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. No, I'm afraid a 5 on grapple is not enough.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like calm the kid down. I'm not trying to tackle him.
So he actually, again, cowers against the side of the cliff, and he doesn't want to look at you. Lelian at this point takes off into the air and comes up to where you are, Sheik. And since you have already overcome your fear, you are instead struck with a sense of awe instead of fear as she approaches. At this point, Lelian alights on the cliffside before Samuel, and she actually comes a distance away from him and then just looks at him. And Sheik, you can see in her eyes she has a look of sadness and at the same time excitement. It's something very unusual. Samuel at the same time backs away from her, and Lelian backs away as well, but she just shakes her head and she kind of folds her wings together and then tries to make herself as small as she can.
I don't have very much charisma, but can I use charisma to try and tell Samuel it's okay now?
That would be a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy. What do I have in that? Probably not very good because I have terrible charisma, but let's see what I can do.
You really need that cape.
I do
That
need
Renji
that cape, but Renji won't give it back to me for the life of me.
Yeah.
But if he ever dies, I will take it.
So, surprisingly, to your utter astonishment, Lelian is now shrunk down to the size of a large dog. And she approaches Samuel, who now is doesn't look afraid, but simply curious. Lelian turns around and begins walking away, and Samuel follows her.
Oh, I'd better make sure this kid gets down the cliff safely.
Lelian leads him over to the rope, and then she backs away.
All right. What can I do to help this kid climb?
You could push him.
What can I do that won't scar this kid for life?
Feluco, you are interesting, I must say.
Oh. So a random question out of character.
Yes.
I think it was the episode before last time where I asked Marion how to reverse. Did she teach me how to reverse, or was that...
Oh, how to reverse the effect of what you did back at your village.
She said it
Yeah.
already passed.
Yeah, she actually did. It would simply be one of your ice effects, because with your ice effects
okay.
you can create, and you can both create and manipulate ice. So existing ice, you can manipulate it.
I see.
All
All
right.
right.
How about this? I'm going to tell the kid that I'll go down first, and he can go down just above me, and I can help him every step of the way.
All right. So he nods silently.
Don't forget the
Alright.
floaty sticky thing.
Oh, Renji grabbed that on his way down.
So what's the rope on?
Good question.
Nothing.
Nothing at this point. So, yeah, you know what? I can see how that's a problem.
Okay. Now that we are aware of this.
So Renji is going to be up there, still stabilizing the rope. Because he tends to be rather possessive, and he's taken ownership of that rod. He doesn't want to let it out of his hands.
Another thing that I will take from his corpse if he ever dies.
I don't know. He's getting to be quite the fighter. It's going to be hard to kill him off.
Yes, it will. I'm going to call for a couple of the strong guys to come underneath to make sure that nothing could happen to Samuel.
Justin and Brother Thomas are over there, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to help Samuel down first in this case.
Okay, so you're gonna have him go first.
Or
So, well, he'll follow what you're directing him at this point. He's over his fear.
okay, I will go first, and I'll help him down that way. That way, I can kind of tell him where to hold and etc. Blah blah blah. Okay, then
Okay,
I'm
so
going.
you go first. Give me your climb check. Wow. You rolled a 2 and you got a 17. Fantastic.
Plus
that's
5
enough
and
to
plus
climb.
10 from the gloves. I love those things.
Those gloves give you plus 10 climb. It's really nice.
Nice.
So, Sheik, this really is your chance to shine here, and you're doing it.
I just need a stupid plus 10 modifier on everything.
I will say this: if you roll a natural 1, that's still a failure.
Okay.
You haven't done that yet. So, Sheik, go ahead and climb down, and Samuel's going to climb down after you. All right. So Samuel is going to make a climb check. Haha, look at that. The boy has confidence, and he makes it down
Boy has
to the ground floor.
All right,
He's
Renji.
learned.
Good luck.
So Renji clicks the rod and puts it away and throws the rope down to you, Sheik.
I guess I'll start bundling it up.
And then he starts climbing his own way down, hand over hand and foot over foot.
I'm going to back up.
You're going to back up? You don't want a big dragonborn falling on top of you?
No.
Well, considering what happened a few episodes ago, probably not.
I figured he would have done what he said before and just keep clicking the stick so it'd drop it a little bit here and there and he'd lower himself down.
Well, apparently he doesn't need to do that because he just rolled 27 on his climb check.
Okay, then.
All right.
All right.
I've saved the kid. We may officially work on the dragon's conundrum.
Okay.
So, Marion says, I need to get back into my tower, and I'm not in much condition to walk because I just until recently had 2 very broken legs. Any chance I could get a ride? And Lelian, this time, instead of grabbing her by the scruff of her clothing, actually lowers her head, increases in size slightly, and allows Marion to ride on her back.
All right. I guess we probably are just resting for a couple of minutes.
She'll be back.
Yep. Within a few mere moments.
What a mere in.
I wave goodbye to Marion.
Hope
As
she
she leaves.
recovers.
As
I
she
hope so
as,
too.
as she flies away, she looks at you, Marcus, especially with sadness, and she says, "I wish I could have told you. I wish I could have taught you more."
I hope she can get a flying carpet too in the future.
I kind of ponder and
You could probably
curiosity.
send some elementals to pick up her rug.
All right. At this point, I am going to end the session.
Ah,
We will
Yeah, dude.
decide. We will decide which of you get to bear Lelian's essence. But I will say this: despite your blundering, and despite nearly killing the sorceress, you have all gained enough experience to get to level 6. Congratulations!
Du-du-du.
woot!
All right.
Cool. Say
So-
goodbye.
During this, okay, so during the week, let's message each other, and I can to 6, and then coming in the coming week, we can continue. Thank you
Okay.
for a fun play session, guys. Have a good night.